Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have my second makeup basket for you of 2016. I do the makeup baskets on a bi-weekly basis, usually uploading the new video on Monday. Monday is when I send in my Avon campaign, so it's really easy for me to remember to switch everything out that day. So the videos will always be uploaded on Monday or around Monday. I also am using some different light this time, and I'm still kind of getting used to it and trying to figure it out and how I like it. So if things look different or I keep looking in the viewfinder a lot, that's why. I already noticed that like it makes this side of my face look, the makeup looks a little bit darker because the lighting is off to my right. So I'm going to have to work on tweaking that a little bit and see how it goes, but it's, you know, for right now it's okay. It's not as harsh as just having the overhead fluorescent lighting by any means though, so that's good. All right, on to the makeup basket. So I want to try to finish this 100 point perk size mini deluxe I had of or deluxe mini of the Hourglass Mineral Veil. Is it called Mineral Veil? No, Hourglass Mineral Primer. It's just called Veil. I got, like I said, this was a 100 point perk I got on Sephora, and I don't have that much more to go, so I don't know how long it's gonna last, if it's gonna last the entire 2 weeks or not, but we'll see. If not, if it doesn't, then I have something else, another primer that I'm trying to finish up, so I will move on to that instead. For concealer, I have the Sephora Bright Future Gel Concealer in Buttercream. I really like this concealer. It's the same one I had last week, or in last time's basket. And a lot of these things you're going to notice kind of stay the same too. So it might not always be totally exciting. For foundation, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. This was in my basket last time and I ended up not using it because I pulled out a sample I had of the Guerlain Lingerie Depot BB cream, and this little sucker held so much that I was able to use it every time I wore makeup in my last basket, and I actually have it on today. So I didn't wear makeup that much in the last 2 weeks, probably 5 days, and then this would have been the 6th day, and I was able to get that much out of this little foil packet. It really did a good job, and I really enjoy this, and I can see why everybody raves about it. I don't necessarily know if it was the right shade for me, but it was fantastic, and I am definitely interested in repurchasing it or purchasing it, I should say. This was just a sample in the future. So yeah, so that was good. So I didn't even touch the Naked Foundation that I was using, so I've got to get cracking on that. My powder is still going to be the Coty Airspun Translucent Extra Coverage powder. Still working on that. This goes so far. I mean, it goes a long way, so lots of room to go in that one still. I don't really have a bronzer right now. It's January in Michigan. Nobody looks bronzed unless, you know, I don't know, you're going on vacation or spring break or something like that. So I'm not really concerned about bronzer too much right now for every day. I mean, like if I'm getting dressed up and I'm going out someplace, hubby and I have date night or something like that, then I might put some on. But for the most part, you're not going to see bronzer in my makeup basket until the spring. So I pulled out 3 blushes to use, all Avon, because I love my Avon blushes and I feel like I do not give them enough attention, and I want to remedy that. So I pulled out 3 of them, which is probably going to be having high hopes. I don't know if I'll use all 3 of them, but I would like to. The first one is Plum Pop. I thought this would be a really nice bright blush to use. Can you hear my dog? He always has to carry on. He's a lunatic. So Plum Pop, and that I believe is a matte. Warm Flush, which is a fairly new blush to Avon. It came out when they did the new blushes last, I don't know, it was sometime last year, but this blush is so beautiful. It is just a really gorgeous coral, and it is highly shimmery. I don't know if it's going to pick up in this light or not, but it's super shimmery. This blush is fabulous. It's very similar to Hot Mama from The Balm. Not so much NARS's Orgasm, but very similar to Hot Mama. It has a lot of shimmer and sheen to it. So I love this blush. It's probably my favorite powder blush from Avon. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then Mad About Mauve, and this is a matte, and this is the one I have on today, actually. So that's Mad About Mauve. I just love my Avon blushes. They're fantastic. So that's that for blush. And then for highlighter, I was finally able to pry the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera out of my hands. And I got another highlighter out of my stash that I do not use as often as I should have. And everybody loves this highlighter and everybody says how beautiful it is. And it is MAC Soft and Gentle. I struggle with this highlighter. I don't really understand why I don't use it that much. So I have it on today. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to try to show it some love. There's a couple MAC highlighters that I absolutely love. Lust is one of them. Well, technically, I guess these are called mineralized skin finishes, not highlighters. But I love Lust, and I also love Stereo Rose. I have no issue using Stereo Rose. I love that one. This one, I just tend to kind of ignore, and so I need to break it out and show it some attention, you know. All right, so let's see. We'll go on to eye stuff. Still using my Avon eye primer. Just like a flesh colored cream eyeshadow primer. And then for eyeshadow, I'm again going to be kind of ambitious and we'll see what happens. I pulled out this palette because I really, really like this palette, but I don't use it enough. I know that I don't use it enough. I absolutely don't give it enough attention. And I have seen quite a few people purchase this palette and either return it or give it away or put it up on a sale or something. And I like this palette so much. And I just wanted to give it some love. And it is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. So this is an all matte palette. And of course, when it came out, it was highly, highly hyped up on YouTube. And I knew I wanted it immediately, and I got it. But it also came out right around the same time. I think the Too Faced Natural Matte came out after this one. And I picked up both of them. And something about the Too Faced Natural Matte, I used it more. And this one kind of got pushed to the back. And I think the only reason is because of the size. Because the Too Faced one is so much smaller and more compact than this one. But I really like this one. I wanted to give it some attention, so I did. I pulled it out, and I am using it today. Now, the other thing is, with this palette, I have a hard time because I love sparkle and shimmer and glitter. You guys know that, and it's just how I am. So very seldom can I put a matte eye on and just leave it at that. It's just like not in my DNA to not have shimmer. You know, I'm like, I freak out. So I pulled out some eyeshadows that I have been ignoring also for a long time and are highly, highly, highly sparkly. I pulled out some ColourPop shadows, and I couldn't choose which ones I wanted, so I pulled out 6 of them. And I know 6 is like, what? So if I don't get to all of them, they might be in next time's basket, but I thought I'll give them a shot. So the first one is one I have on today on my lids. It's a green, and it is called Shameless. Can you see there's the shimmer in that. Oh, so pretty. It's got like blue micro shimmers, teal micro shimmers in it. Oh gosh, look at that. It's so pretty. I'm always trying to be really careful with these ColourPop eyeshadows because one time in a video a long time ago I held one up and the whole shadow went bloop and fell right out of the pot, and I was like, are you kidding me? It was brand new. I hadn't even touched it. So I never want that to happen again. Okay, this one is called Chipper, and I don't know how well this is going to work with that palette, but we'll see if I can figure out a way to do it. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna. So this is like a really pretty green. When I turn it that way towards the light, you can really see the... Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out my lighting situation, but it's good enough. I'm no pro. I don't need to be a pro. The next one is called Partridge, and I love, love, love this one. This is one of those ones that's like a green, brown, red shift. These, I love that. See, that's what it looks like straight on. And then if I turn it, I don't know if you can see the shift there. This one doesn't really have any like glitters in it or anything, but it's just a really pretty color. I love those greens that do that have that brown red kind of shift to them. Those are one of my favorite types of eyeshadows. And let's see, this one is called Meow. This is the one that fell out of the pan, so this is why it's gonna look wonky. And this one is highly sparkly, and it was kind of like, it looked tie-dyed, like a like purple and pink and silver, like swirled tie-dyed, and then once you start using it, it gets mixed up, but you can see where it fell out of the pan, and I smushed it back in. So that's Meow. And it's like got chunky chunks of glitter. Chunky chunks. I'm singing about glitter. That's so funny. That made me think of Elf for some reason. That part in Elf where he's like, I'm singing about whatever. He's like, I'm singing about glitter. Anyways, sorry. Okay, the next one is Fantasy. This one is so pretty. What is it about like fabulous sparkly colors that make us sing? So that's Fantasy. It's like a violet purple color. Love that. Love that. There I go again. Sorry. And the last one is Too Shy. I think I used this in that Truck Stop Blue tutorial that I did, or not tutorial, I don't like to use that word. Okay, I already see this has a crack in it and it's loose, so I'm going to be very careful. See the crack there at the top? Oh, piece fell out. So that's Too Shy. So we'll see how well I'm able to incorporate these with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. But I am determined. You guys, you know what? I love ColourPop so much, and I want orders from them like all the time, but I have placed only like 2 orders with them. I don't know. I want more, but I don't use the ones I have, so you know what I mean? So then for liners, I'm still using my Bobbi Brown gel liners, Chocolate Shimmer, Black Mauve Shimmer, and Caviar ink. And then I have, for my waterline, I pulled 3 because I can't put those in the waterline. Some people are able to do that. I'm sorry, you know me, always adjusting my hair. Some people are able to do that, and I just can't. I can't do it. It does, I always get a glump, that's my technical word, a glump in my eyeball, and it stings and it'll burn and everything, so I don't even bother. So I put these 3 Stila, Stay All Day, what are these technically called? Stila Smudge Stick. Where'd I get Stay All Day? Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliners. I have Deep Burgundy, Damsel, and this one is called, what is this one called? What's your name, dummy? Umber, Metallic Umber. So, actually the Damsel is a repeat purchase for me. I bought a couple of these. That's a brown shade, a deep brown. And then the Deep Burgundy, I really, really like a lot. And I have, I love this one too. So the Metallic Umber is kind of light, but whatever. And then for mascara, I have, again, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. When I pulled this out to use in the last basket, I had found it in my mascara basket of like the mascaras that I keep that are not opened yet, you know, that are still new. And I thought, well, I'll use it because I knew it had been around for a while, over a year in my basket. And I opened it up for the first time, you know, for the last basket, and it was fine, but it's already starting to get thick. And I know it's just because it was it's old, you know, even though I didn't have it opened. It's just kind of on the old side. So I'm probably going to get another basket use out of this, and then it'll probably get pitched, but whatever. And then for brows, I'm still working on the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, I believe in chocolate. Yes. And the Micro Brow Pencil in Auburn. So, and then for lips, I'm stuck on my Stila. That's where I got the Stale Day liquid lipsticks. I'm stuck on those. I just love them, and I can't stop using them. I have one on right now. It's a light one though, because I figured since my eye is so dark, and I'm like trying to see how this lighting is. I can't decide, but it might do better in that other room I was telling you guys about that I might film at. It's the room, I guess we call it the video game room, because it's where my husband has his video games and a TV in there and stuff like that. But he's in there right now playing video games, so I'm in the bathroom like usual. So that's it. That's my makeup basket. My number 2 basket for, I won't say number 2, my second makeup basket of 2016. Thank you so much for watching. Question or comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I actually just thought of something else. Somebody asked me when I put up the video for that basket, somebody said they were anxious to hear about what I thought about the Chocolate Bonbons palette. After using it, now like I said, I didn't wear makeup every day, probably 5 or 6 days. After using it that many times, I will say this, I like it. It's a really nice palette. I'm glad I own it. And you can get some really pretty looks out of it. However, I did notice that some of the shadows by the end of the day lost their oomph. Like it kind of blended into just one color, whereas like I would have when I would start out the day, you might be able to see that this was a pink and this was a brown and this was gray, you know, that kind of thing. And then by the end of the day, after about 7 hours, 6 hours, it might just look like one color. You know what I mean? Not all the shades did that, but some of them did. So that is one thing I did notice about that palette. However, I do think it's beautiful. I think they blend really, really nice, and I'm glad I have it. So that's what my thoughts on using that. I mean, I'm still going to continue to use it. It's a nice palette. It's pretty, and I love it. But yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go. So thanks so much for watching. Question or comment below. I'll get back to you when I can, and I will see you guys in the next video.